Good morning, everyone. My name is Eric, and today we'll be presenting together with my group, Weijian, Jianing, Serin, and I Heng. We are from Group 2. So today we'll be discussing a question that will directly affect all of us. Should social media influencers be held financially liable for misleading promotion? Now, let me start with something alarming. According to the US Federal Trade Commission, consumers have lost over 2.1 billion US dollars to scams originated from social media. Out of that amount, 1.1 billion US dollars was lost to investment scam alone. Now, just take a moment and think about that number. Billions of dollars gone. But here's the most shocking part. Despite causing these huge financial losses, influencers involved typically face zero financial consequences, no repayment, no accountability, and nothing. Now, let me ask you something. If an influencer convinces you to buy something and that decision caused you to lose your hard-earned money, why should they get paid while you suffer the loss yourself? Now let's make this more personal. Imagine this. You are a university student and you work for a part-time job. Maybe weekends, maybe late nights, and after months of effort, you finally save up 1,000 ringgit. Then one day, an influencer you trust, you admire, promotes on investment opportunity. They say it's safe, it's guaranteed, everyone is earning from it. So you trust them and you invest your 1,000 ringgit. But then, a few days later, you found out that the money is gone. There is no return, no explanation, nothing. You lost everything. So, but what about the influencer? They simply just move on to their next brand deal, their next paycheck, their next sponsor post, as if nothing ever happened. So, today, we take a clear and firm stand. Influencers should be held financially liable for misleading promotion. Not just morally responsible, but financially accountable for the damage they cause. In today's presentation, we'll first talk about the problem, then present the solution, and finally show what could happen if nothing changes. Now, I'll pass the time to my teammate I Heng, who will further explain the problem.
Thank you, Eric. From the opening example, we can see one clear issue is misleading influencer promotion are not just a normal advertisement. They can become a real financial risk. Today, many people trust influencers because they seem friendly, relatable, and honest. So, when influencers recommend a product, service, or investment, the followers may believe it more easier than normal advertisement. But the problem is, this trust can be misused. Some influencers promote a product without checking in whether the claims are true, and some may even promote a fake online deals or investment plan just because they are being paid. However, when consumer lose money, the influencer usually does not pay anything back. At most, they may get criticism, face a temporary ban, or lose some followers. However, the victim is still the one carrying the financial loss. And this problem is especially serious for us as students and young consumers, because many of us spend time on social media every day, but we may not verify every promotion we see. Research shows that around 49% young consumers purchase a product or service only based on recommendation and without it checking themselves. For example, a student sees influencer promoting a skincare product or investment platform. Because the influencer look convenient and successful, so the student may think if they recommend it, it should be safe. But if this promotion is misleading, the student may lose their saving, allowance, or even borrow money. So this is not only about a bad marketing, it's about how influencer power can affect people's financial decision. And the biggest problem is the lack of accountability. The biggest problem is the lack of accountability. If a company or financial professional give a misleading advice, they may face legal or financial consequences, but influencers often escape financial responsibility, even when their promotion causes a real harm. So the KBDN reported that complaints about online and social media promotion were the highest category on its iTunes platform in 2023. It made up 20.1% of complaints. In 2024, still recorded 10,488 online transaction complaints. And this shows that many consumers are still exposed to misleading online offer and scam. And if nothing changes, more consumers will lose money and more fake products and scams will be promoted. Over time, more people may stop trusting online recommendation completely. So as future business, accounting, and financial professionals, we may face with a similar problems such as legal costs, damaged brand reputation, and financial losses. So the issue is clear. Influencers should not only feel sorry after misleading their followers, they should also be financially accountable when their promotion causes a real harm. And this leads us to the next step. What solution can make influencers more responsible? And next, I'll pass to Wei Zhen to explain it.
Thank you, Aileen. So, how do we fix this glaring problem in accountability? We have seen the devastating consequences in the problem stage. And it is obvious that a temporary solution or a simple warning just does not cut it anymore. It must hit where it hurts. So, influencers must be held financially liable through these three specific mechanisms. First is the mandatory financial disclosure with strict penalties. Right now, a small hashtag under a big caption is the industry standard. This shouldn't be happen. Influencers must clearly state out the paid partnership, or else they will get up to 3 times the promoting rate they receive. Think about the math. If an influencer gets paid 10,000 ringgit for a questionable investment, they do not just lose the gig, they owe 30,000 ringgit. This instantly turns the deception from a profitable business model into a massive financial liability. Second is the liability insurance. Liability insurance. High profitable influencers must purchase liability insurance, just like those auditors and also financial advisors. As an accounting and finance student here at Summer University, we know the importance of risk management and also accountability. And if an influencer is broadcasting a financial advice to millions of audience, they are effectively acting as an advisor. Therefore, they should be insured against the real-world financial damage they may cause. Third is the victim compensation fund. This is a dedicated fund that is funded by the social media platforms and those brands that cause those misleading posts. Social media platforms is profitable immensely through the traffic, so they need to share the responsibility of it. The sole purpose of this fund is to compensate those victims that is suffered from the verified financial losses, thus creating a secure safety net for them. Through implementing these 3 solutions, we can deter influencers from lying, secure vulnerable consumers like us, students, and also create a more fairer digital marketplace. Honest influencer will also benefit from it, as dishonest competitors will be driven out. Lastly, a question you may ask, is this actually feasible? The answer is absolutely yes, as this model already exists in the real world right now. Auditors already have liability insurance, financial advisors already have fiduciary duties, and consumer courts already handle fraud cases. Therefore, we are not implementing something new. We are just using the existing principles into a new context. Thank you. Now I'll hand over to Serene to continue the presentation.
Thank you, Wei Jian. Now that we have just explained the solution, let us imagine two possible futures. First, let's imagine a safer digital world. You are scrolling through TikTok or Instagram and come across a sponsored investment opportunity. Before promoting it, the influencers has already verified all information because they know that they may be held financially responsible for misleading claims, whether through fines or liability insurance. Every paid promotion is clearly disclosed. Every influencers understand that misleading claims may cost them real money. As a result, consumers become more confident when making purchasing or investment decisions. Students no longer have to worry about losing their savings because of false promises made online. And if consumers still suffer financial losses, a compensation fund helps them to recover part of what they have lost. Trust begins to return to the digital marketplace. Instead of reward dishonesty, the system rewards transparency and responsibility. Next, let's imagine the opposite future. Imagine nothing changes. 5 years from now, you have just started your first job. After a few months of hard work, you successfully saved 5,000 ringgit. One day, your favorite influencers introduce a guaranteed investment opportunity and claims that many people have already earned high returns. Because you trust them, you decide to invest. A few weeks later, the scheme disappears. Your money is gone. You try to file a complaint, but nobody takes responsibility. The company cannot be found. The influencer just simply delete the post and move on to the next paid promotion. Meanwhile, thousands of other consumers experience the same loss, but there's no compensation fund to support them. The person who caused the damage keeps the promotion fee, while the victims carry the financial burden. Think about it for a moment. That 5,000 ringgit can pay your university fees. It can help your family with daily expenses. It can also become savings for your future. But just in a few minutes, it disappears because someone chose profit over honesty. Now let us pause and consider this. Do you think this is a fair outcome for consumers? For most of us, the answer would be no. Therefore, the question is simple. Which future would you rather live in? A future where influencers are accountable for their actions? Or a future where consumers continue paying the price because of someone else's dishonesty? The future we experience depends on the choices we make today. And it brings us to the most important question: what should we do now? To answer it, I will now pass it to my teammate, Jani.
Thank you, Serene. Now we have seen the problem, the solution, and the possible future. So, for our question is simple. What should we do now? Our answer is, we should not wait until we become next victim. We should start acting as a responsible consumers today. First, when you see an influencer is promoting a product, a service, or an investment, please do not trust it immediately. Check whether the post clearly stated that it is a paid promotion or not. Check for the words such as sponsor, paid partnership, and advertisement. If an influencer is earning money from this promotion, as a consumer, we have the right to know. Next, before buying or investing, take a few minutes to verify the claim. Check for the reviews from the other sources and check whether the company is registered or not. Be careful with phrases such as limited time only, 100% guaranteed return, and free risk, high return. In finance, there is no such thing as a completely free risk, high return. If a promotion is sound too perfect, then you have to be careful of it. Third, we are here to encourage everyone to join our 7-day Smart Consumer Challenge. Starting tonight, look at your own social media feed carefully. Over these 7 days, if you see a misleading or unverified influencer promotion, you can report it through Easy Edu app. This only takes a few minutes from you, but you are protecting others from possible future loss. To make this easier, our group will provide a one-page guide of screenshot on how to use Easy Edu app. You can scan this QR code now or after this presentation. If you report a suspicious promotion, you can show us your submission screenshot and we will reward you with a small snack as appreciation for take the action. Now, before I end, let me remind everyone of our main argument. A misleading promotion are not harmless mistakes. They can cause real financial loss. That's why influencers should not only face criticism and temporarily ban, they should financially accountable when their misleading promotion harm others. So now, we encourage everyone here to take 3 steps. Check, verify, and report. Check before you trust, verify before you pay, and report when you see a misleading promotion. Obviously, influencers have the power to persuade millions. That's why they have to carry the responsibility of the effect of their words. So now, if someone is earning money from the public trust, then he has to pay the same price for the misuse of the public trust. So now, start from today, don't let misleading promotion turn your earning into other else's profit. Be alert, be responsible, take the action today. Thank you. So this is our reference. Thank you.